What I want to do is I
Welcome.
want to go through compensation tonight. Lola, okay, there we go. I want to go through compensation with you guys because I think for me, when I understood the comp plan, a big light bulb came on. And I know the comp plan can seem a little complicated, but I promise you, it's not. It's very, very simple. And I'm going to try to simplify it for you guys tonight as basic as I can, just so that you guys understand what's at stake and what's available. Now, there is some comp changes coming for the good in the middle of the year. I don't know what they are yet, but I just got off the phone with someone that said that we are going to be very happy, and there's also going to be a lot more money on the front end of the comp plan versus just on the back end of the comp plan once you get people in the business. So I'm really excited to hear about that. But I want to explain to you guys tonight the comp plan as it is right now and how it exists as we speak right now. So the thing about this comp plan is a binary comp plan is something that's sustainable. So once you start building an organization, your income only goes up. In a unilevel, which is what we were with two other companies, what happens after about 2 years is the comp starts going down because the way that the comp structure works, you can make a lot of money on the front end, but then the income starts to drop. And we've seen that in different companies where the income will start to drop. This will just, it will escalate. So what I want to just go through really quickly with you guys is how the comp plan works. And I'm going to try to, like I said, make this as basic as possible. And then I'm going to talk about the the importance of manager staying active and keeping those people in your organization active, how you talk about that with people so that they understand the importance of staying active, okay, and how they can do that. And I'm just going to break it down into very, very, very simple terms for you. Let me just make sure that I have all these things on check. So you guys have seen this on the opportunity call as well. Wait, let me see. This is not sharing correctly. Lola, just make sure you let me know if this is sharing correctly when I share it, okay? Is that sharing correctly, Lola?
Sí.
Okay.
Yes.
Oí, porque yo
So
te iba a preguntar.
just make sure people are muted, Lola. If you can mute all or take that option off. So the way that the comp plan works is there's four ways that you get paid, okay? If you sign up a retail customer, you get $50 commission on every single retail customer, okay? Every month. So when they buy again, you get $50 commission every single month. When a preferred or preferred plus customer signs up, you get a $20 commission every single month that they rebuy. If they're on auto ship, you get that $20 commission every single month, plus that volume goes into your binary. Okay. That's the first way that you make money. So the second way that you make money is off of when people actually register to become a brand partner in the business. And if they become a core, which you guys know what the core is by now, is 295, 3 packs of 30, advanced 6 packs of 30, 20 packs of 30. If they sign up for those packs, then you get a $35 one-time commission, okay? Or a $75 one-time commission, or a $405 one-time commission based on the product pack they stand up. Okay, that's pretty simple, right? So you get paid that every week when you have new people sign up. It's not like you have to, be a manager or you have to be a certain rank to get paid that commission. Okay. There was a question that come up tonight, like how much money do I have to? As soon as there's money in your wallet, you're going to get an email from the company to enroll for iPayout. And then you have to go in there, put that information in so they can either send it to you direct deposit, they can send you a check, they can give you credit. But as soon as you have people sign up and there's money that you're to be paid, you're going to get an email and then you're going to have to go in and register that iPayout. They're going to ask you for your driver's license, social security number, all bank information, routing information that you need so that the company can pay you directly. Okay. Second way you get paid. Two ways, very straightforward. Okay. Now, the third way that you make money is off of what we call cycles. Okay. A cycle you have two legs in your organization. The leg that has the most volume in your organization is called your power leg. Okay. Power leg, most volume. Then you have what's called a profit leg, or we call it your weak leg, meaning you have the least amount of volume on your weak leg. Okay. So that's pretty clear. Profit leg is, and the reason we call it profit leg is because that's the leg you get paid off of. You get paid off of both, because if one leg is not stronger, if it doesn't have the volume for you to get paid off that weak leg, and it's a 2-to-1 ratio. Okay. So $330 of volume on your profit leg or weak leg and $660 on your power leg, that counts as one cycle. Okay. So the easy way to figure this up is whatever your weak leg is, if you look at your back office and whatever has the least amount of volume in it, you have to have at least 2 times that on the other leg to get paid. So if it's, $1,000, you're going to take 330 divided by 1,000, or 1,000 divided by 330, and it's going to give you 3 cycles. Okay. Because that's 990. So in order to get paid, you have to have at least $2,000 on the other leg, which has the most volume. If not, you can't cycle. Okay. So these cycles, the way that you get paid, here's an example. Okay. This red is the red is people that are coming in from other people. The blue is people that are direct to you. So in this example, let's just say you brought in this person here. Well, then they brought in these 2 people. Okay. Those are people that still count towards all your volume. Now, let's say that your upline brought somebody in. It could be right here. And then they brought somebody in. Yep, you're still getting that volume from them. And then you brought 2 people in. And then say your upline brought somebody in. And then they brought 2 people in. This is how the volume works. So this is your power leg, right? Because the person that brought you in the business, if they're bringing people in and the people that they bring in, you get that volume. You get credit for all that volume. That's your power leg, okay? And then you have a weak leg. This weak leg has $4,000. Okay. So 4,000 divided by 330, that gives you 12 cycles. 12 cycles. Now over here, you got 10,000. Is that at least double? Yeah, it's more than 8,000. But you don't get paid on the 15 cycles. You get paid on the 12 cycles. Now, when I say you don't get paid, this volume over here, if you're going to get paid on 12 cycles, the 3 cycles, the 3 times 660, that volume is going to roll to the next week. So you never lose the volume unless you become inactive. If you become inactive, you're going to lose that volume in your organization. So it's just going to roll to the next week. So you're going to start off the next week with $2,000 on your strong leg. And that's going to just to start to stack. Okay. So how we get paid on this cycle bonus is when you become a manager, which means you have 2 people active on your left, 2 people active on your right. Now you qualify to be a manager and you can make up to $1,500 per week. Okay. So how does that break down in volume? So I want you guys to take your calculator out and I want you to put in 1,500. And when the reason I ask you to take your calculator out is because when you do this on a calculator, you start to understand. Okay. So take 1,500 and you divide that by $50. Okay. Because that's a cycle. So this is going to give us how many cycles we need to get to hit $1,500. So if you divide that, it's 30. Okay. 30 cycles is going to get you to that 1,500. So if I have to have 30 cycles on my weak leg to get paid $1,500, how many cycles do I need to have on my other leg? Well, I have to have 30, but I have to have double the volume. So what's the volume I have to get to maximize $1,500 a week? So if you take 30, okay, you guys following? If you take 30 times $330, okay, 30 times 330, so it's 30 cycles times 330, because each cycle is $330. That's going to equal $9,900 on your profit leg. Okay. So your weak leg, in order for you to make $1,500 a week, you have to have $9,900. Where does that $9,900 come from? Well, it comes from everywhere. It comes from your upline. It comes from your downline. It comes from people that you didn't enroll in the business. So this is not you responsible for getting $9,900 in sales that week. This is from your entire organization. Everyone on that weak leg, if it's right or left, whoever is bringing volume into the business that's underneath of you, even if you didn't directly bring them into business, if your upline brought them or someone else in the organization brought them in, plus you, $9,900. Now, so how much volume do I have to have on the power leg or your big leg that has more volume? Just multiply that number times two. So if I have to have 9,900, I'm going to go times two, and I need to have 19,800 on my other leg for me to hit $1,500 per week. So when you're looking at your numbers and you're trying to get, numbers in your organization, as you look at those numbers, that's how you're going to balance out your legs to make sure that you're maximizing that $1,500 per week. You could do this for 2,500, right? So if I do 2,500, if I get to director, how much volume do I need to get that 2,500 every week? So 2,500 divided by 50 is 50 cycles. 50 times 330. So write this math down. You're going to take that 2,500, you're going to divide it by 50 because that's how much you get per cycle. That gives you the amount of cycles that you need. Then you take that 50 times $330 because that's how much you have to get a cycle. It's like, wow, 50 times 330 equals 16,500 that you need on your weak leg or your profit leg or the leg with the least amount of volume to be able to hit $2,500. But I have to have what on my power leg, my strong leg? So you're just going to take 16,500 times 2, and that's going to give you 33,000. So that's going to help you understand how much volume you need and how this volume bonus works, okay? So some of this you're not in control of. What you're in control of is who you're bringing in the business, right? You're in control of the people that you bring in and helping them get to manager, helping them get to director, helping them get to senior director. That's what you're in control of. Now that's going to control your volume because if you help them get to manager or director or senior director, then obviously you have more volume that you're going to get paid off of the organization. That's why this business is about leadership. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute, how the manager and losing a manager, how having a manager changes the compensation structure a lot. So that is the cycle bonuses and how they work, okay? So the next thing I want to talk about is the generation bonuses. Again, don't overcomplicate this. Very, very simple and very straightforward, okay? So you have 3 generations that you get paid off in, and this is the people that you directly bring in the business. This has nothing to do with the people that your upline brings in or people below your upline that brings in your organization. This is people direct to you. Okay, so let's just say, for example, that I brought in my best friend from college, Pedro. Okay, and Pedro makes $1,000 every week off the cycle bonuses. Okay, he's brought in 7, 8 people, and he's making $1,000 a week off of his cycle bonus. I make 25% of everything that Pedro makes. So I make $250 that week. Again, everything is weekly. Then Pedro brings in his friend from high school, Maria. Maria's making $1,000 every single week from this plan, and I get 20% of everything that Maria does. I don't even know who Maria is. It's just who Pedro brought in, but I make $200 every week off of Maria. Now, let's say Maria brought in her brother, Jose, and Jose just is making $500 every week off of the cycle bonus. I get paid 20% of everything that Jose makes. So I get paid $100. That's just 3 levels. That's 3 people that I'm making $550 every single week off of. Now, what I want you guys to imagine with this is Mike Hernandez, which a lot of you know, has brought in 107 people into his organization over 3 years. That's about a person every 10 days that he's recruited in the business. And you guys have seen his compensation. He makes well over $55,000 a week in this business after 3 years. Okay, no overhead. And he's making $55,000 a week. No social media. He's just organically brought people into the business from playing pickleball, going to the gym, on an airplane, whatever the way. Okay. So let's imagine for a minute, and his organization is blown up way beyond this, but I'm going to give you a very conservative number. Let's imagine those 107 people on his first line. He's making 25% off of every single person in that line. Okay. Let's imagine that his first line of 107, they only brought in 10 people over 10 years, which is 1 a quarter, okay? His second line, he would be making money off of 1,007 people. Okay, so you'd be making 20% off of 1,007 people, just based on those people bringing in 10 people over 3 years. Let's say that 1,007 people, they only brought in 10 people over 3 years, meaning one person every 3 months they brought in a business. That 1,007 people become 10,007 people. Now he has 11,021 people that he's making money off of every single week. But let me tell you what his organization did. He's making money off of like 145,000 people every single week because of the way this comp structure works. And that's where a majority of the money is in this contract that you're going to see once you start building it. When you're making money off of all these generations, you make a ton of money. That's why the Merits make $140,000 a week off of this generation bonus, because they can only make $25,000 a week off of the matching bonus, because that's the maximum that you can make every single week. So 25,000 minus 140, they're making $115,000 a week off of generation bonuses. Okay. So that's the comp plan and how this works. Again, don't overcomplicate it. Just understand the cycles. It's all volume based, but the volume is based on everyone that comes in after you. Okay. So if you signed up with Rochelle and Carlos and everyone, you're on their right leg, everyone they bring on their right leg after you signed up, that volume goes under you. If you sign up on their left leg, everybody they put on their left leg after you signed up, all that volume you get credit for. So that means you got to see where my power leg is. And I'll show you how you could see that. Okay. So when you look at your organization, you're going to see what your volume is. Okay. So when you see period LV and period RV, that's this week. Okay. This is how much volume we've done this week so far as of Wednesday. Total LV and total RV, that is volume that you're getting paid off of. Okay. The reason it's total LV is because if I don't get paid on all of this, right? If I don't get paid on all of this, so you can see 17,000 and 26,000, I had $9,000 carry over to this week because I've only done 17 this week so far, but my total was 26,000. I've done 83,000 this week and I've got $1.5 million in volume that I will eventually get paid on. This $1.5 million equates to 3, 6, 9, $145,000 that I will eventually cycle off of, because I'm cycling off this leg right here, right? So when you see in your back office, when you see this number, 26,667 divided by 330, that's 80 cycles, okay? So far this week that I'm getting paid on. So if you take that 80 times 50, it's $4,000. Let's see if it matches up. If I look at my back office, I go under commissions, you can go under there and you can see $4,000, right? Let's see what my matching bonus is. Almost $4,000 so far this week. Okay. So that's how this comp plan works. And again, a lot of people overcomplicate. I hope that simplifies it for you. And then what I want to talk about really quickly is I want to talk about the importance of manager. And then I want to open it up for any questions that you guys have. I have to get off of here at 7 o'clock sharp because the interpreter has another meeting and she has to go at 7. So I'm going to go through this in like 10, 15 minutes. And then I want to open it up for questions for you guys. If you have any questions about the comp plan, it's really, really important that you guys understand this comp plan, because once you do, I'm telling you, it's a big motivation for what can happen. And you guys, you probably stuck a peek at my comp, but I mean, after 7 months of being in the business, I mean, we're doing 15K a week this week already. We're almost at 9K and it's only Wednesday, right? So we have all the rest of today. We have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday left in the week to make money. I mean, this comp plan is very, very amazing. And I'm telling you, every single person on here, there's not a person on here that cannot do the exact same thing. Mike Hernandez, if you guys met him, he'll tell you, like, no high school diploma. I mean, was in a swap shop selling junk, 10 years ago. And he's in this business making $55,000 a week with no social media, right? I know some of you guys, oh, you and your wife have social media. He has no social media. Steve and Gina Merritt just got introduced to social media. They don't have a big following. Look them up on social media. They got like 2,000 followers, right? They're not growing their business because of social media. If you have social media, if you have 300 or 400 people, get 10% of those people to do something in this business, you got 30 or 40 people in your organization. I guarantee you that'll make you five grand a week, right? So don't have a small mentality towards, I don't have that many people. Use your social, use your contacts. Make sure that you're talking to a lot of people about this business. You guys, and I want to say this just to be really, really clear with you guys. If you guys are shy talking about this product because it's direct sales and you're not proud of being in this industry because it's direct sales, you need to get over yourself. And you need to get over yourself right now because this is the best business in the world. And we have the best product in our hands to help the most amount of people in this world. Like this is the time, you guys. There is people that are sick. There's people that need this product and they don't even know it exists. And it could be you that brings it into their life. Just because people are going to say, oh, it's one of those direct sales companies. Like I don't even talk about direct sales. When they say it's that, I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, it is a direct sales compensation model. Like talk to the richest men in the world. They'll tell you this is the best business model in the world. I mean, I've never started a business, you guys, ever. In 25 years that I've started a business and had a business that's putting off $75,000 a month in cash flow with no overhead. My overhead is my interpreter, and that's it. I don't have an office. I don't have anything that I got to spend money on, nothing. And guess what? I get to write everything off. This office that I'm in, my internet that I'm in, my travel, food, meals, all of that stuff gets written off from this business. So this interpretation that I have to pay for, all the write-off, I get to write that off. It's a business expense. It's not like it's a money. This is an investment to be able to make sure that I can communicate with everybody in all languages. Okay. So I want to talk about the importance of manager, you guys. The key to our compensation plan is being a manager. The first thing is getting the manager. The only thing you need to focus on is getting 4 people in your business. And I'm going to give you a little tip tonight to get people to calls and to be able to get people in your business. The key is 4. There's no other direct sales company out there. The key is 4. In other direct sales companies, the key is 100. The key is 200. But to start to get paid in this business, it's 4 people. And the other key is maintaining managers once they hit manager. That's the key. Because if you don't maintain managers, you're going to lose your director status, which is $2,500 a week. And how you maintain them is with auto ship. They have to be on auto ship. So the only focus you should have when you start this business is, first of all, hyper focused on getting the manager. And then when you have manager, you have 4 people that you now need to be hyper focused on. And you got to help them get to manager. Right? So when you do that, you got to get 2 more people, right? To get to director, you got to have 3 left, 3 right, active people. And you got to make a manager on your left and manager on your right. That's your focus in this business. That's your main focus. That's the only thing I want you guys to focus on. Manager, get to manager. And then helping those 6 people in your organization, help them get to manager. And I'm going to talk about how you do that. Okay. What are the things you can do to help that happen? First thing is you guys got to make sure that they're invited to this training. I want to see something real quick. Let me see something real fast. I want to look at my total organization. So in our organization, we have 12,858 people in our organization in 7 months. Okay. And there's 137 people on this call. We have 12,000 people. The thing that's broken about direct sales is that when you guys enroll people and they enroll people and they enroll people, people don't get to this information. They don't get to sit in these meetings because you know why? We're not telling them about them. We're not giving them all the assets. We're not telling the importance of them being on these calls. Keller Williams is the #1 real estate company in the world. In the world. And they've never spent a dime on marketing. Not one single penny. They spend all their money on training. They train the real estate agents. They're the best in the business. If we're going to have success, you guys, we have to make sure everyone that's coming into this business is trained. If they're trained, they're going to be able to have success. So we need to make sure that we're getting them to these calls and they get the assets that the Wellness Revolution has out there with all the PDFs, all the documents, all the videos that they need to onboard people. When I came into business, I came in with my best friend that was doing it a week. He knew nothing about the business. He was learning. We learned together. But now we have an infrastructure and we have to utilize that. These calls should be 1,000 every single night. We should have to have an investment in Zoom to where we can have 5,000 people on these calls. So we need to make sure that we're inviting people into these calls so that we can grow this, because it's only going to help your business. So make sure that when people are joining this business, that they're enrolling in these calls. Okay? Deal? Agreed? Can we do that? All right, hold on. Let me stick it. So the other thing that we have to focus on is we have to make sure that they are understanding that it's going to take them 4 to 6 weeks to understand everything, but not to wait to start talking about it, because we have resources for them to tap into. But it's going to take 4 to 6 weeks for them to be on these calls and really understand how to talk about this business. It's not going to be this quick thing that's going to happen overnight. We need to make sure that they understand that it's going to take a little bit of time, and that's okay. It's okay. If it takes a little bit of time, it's okay. I know we are a society of immediate results and we want results right now, but when they come in, don't wait 4 to 6 weeks to talk about it. Practice, get people to the calls, get people to the training, get people to the opportunity calls. And then in 4 to 6 weeks, which is a very short amount of time, they're going to have massive success. They don't have to do it by themselves. You don't have to do it by yourself. You have our team to help you get everyone fast start. Every single person. Help them understand the opportunity calls that we have every single week. We have Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock in English. So if you have people in English and you speak Spanish and you can't communicate with them, that's not a reason. Send them a message with ChatGPT, Google Translate, iTranslate. There's a lot of apps out there. Don't let that keep you from being in the business. I'll help you close them. Get them on the calls every Tuesday. How do you do that? Well, you just let them know that you have a business partner, you have a new business venture that you're in stem cells, and your business partner is having a call, and you'd love to get their opinion on this call. And just invite them to the call. Go through your phone the day before. If it's on Tuesday, go on Monday. If you're speaking to them and they want to get a conversation with, listen, I'm so busy right now. I'll follow up with you after the call, but I just didn't want you to miss the opportunity. This call is really, really important. I did not want you to miss this opportunity. So I'll see you tomorrow on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Okay. Then also on Thursdays, we have a call at 7 p.m. in Spanish and English. Same thing. On Wednesday, start inviting people to that call and get them on the call. But if you're inviting them, you got to follow up with them. What'd you think? What was your opinion? I really love it. I'm really excited about it. What do you think? Okay. So again, what I say when I do this, when I get people a call, I always tell people I'm doing something really cool right now with stem cells, and I'm having a call with my business partner tonight, and I would love to get your opinion on this device and what I'm doing with it. Now, you guys all know people love to give your opinion even when you don't want it or ask for it. So when you ask for someone's opinion, they love to give their opinion, but you got to have a little passion and conviction when you ask them. Again, don't get in a discussion with them, because then you're not ready to do that, right? Listen to these calls. I'm going to tell you right now, one of the people that I am most impressed with on this call is Raquel. She shows up to every single call. If it's an opportunity call, she's on it. If she's on a training call, she's on it. We have people on our team right now that are not even on our team that are here. Ronald Gekolen, he's here every night. I get texts from him on commitments on everything that he's going to do in this business. He's showing up. He's got another team, but he comes here for his training. Why? Because he wants to get better at this business. He's committed at taking this business to the next level. That's what it's going to take, you guys. That's what I did when I first started this. I got on everyone's calls. I got on Mike's calls. I got on Devin and Sarah's calls every single night, because that's what I wanted to do to understand this business. The other thing you have to pay attention to for your organization is the importance of auto ship. And you need to know how to talk about auto ship, why it's important. Because you might get to director and all of a sudden one of your managers become inactive on your left leg, and all of a sudden, boom, you're back down to nothing. Because your manager became inactive and you don't have an active person. So not only did you lose your director rank, you lose your manager rank because you only have 3 people that are active in your organization because your manager lost his rank because he became inactive. Manager is everything. And how you keep people active is to make sure that they understand exactly how to talk about auto ship and the importance of auto ship. Now, the importance of auto ship, what I discuss is you need to have at least 55 PV, which is 1 pack of patches, okay? 1 pack. And if you don't stay active, then you lose your volume. Now, you saw what my volume was on my right leg, $1.5 million. If I don't invest $200 every single month, not even 200, 100, then I can lose that volume. I can lose that $125,000 like that by not staying active. If you're not a manager, you don't have to do 2. You could just do 1. When you hit manager, you have to have 110 PV, which is 2 packs of patches to get paid, to hit the rank of manager. But if you're not manager yet, don't pressure people to do 2 packs. Just have them do 1. Just do 1 pack. And that's going to help maintain their volume. So I'll give you an example. I had a young lady on Monday night, we were doing a call. And she was like, I don't understand this. Like, can you show me? Like, I see all this volume on my leg, on one of my legs. Where did it come from? I was like, it came from us. And she's like, well, how do I get paid? I was like, you got to build the other leg. But if you don't stay active, all of that volume you see, which was like $28,000 in commissions, once she gets her other leg growing, it disappears, it vanishes. So that's what we have to explain to people, the importance of. Now, this is what I'll tell you. All the businesses that I've ever had, the overhead that I have in them is intense. Usually it's 80 to 85% of my total revenue, right? Most businesses profit anywhere between 10 to 15% in any business. In this business, my overhead is $200 a month. That's the rent that you have to pay. But the rent that you're paying is for the patches you're wearing. It's not like you're paying the company something. You're actually getting inventory of patches that you're going to wear every single month. So make sure that don't be afraid to talk about this auto ship thing and the importance of the comp plan. Because if people want to be in this business and you're signing up people and you're not telling them everything, your organization is not going to be stable. So you have to explain the importance of auto ship. 1, so they don't lose their volume, and 2, so they get paid. And it's not a lot of volume. But I don't want to push people to spend $200 a month. It's just starting their business. That's why I say, hey, listen, have at least 1 so that you can stack all of your volume up. Okay? So, matter of fact, this is how important manager is. I'm SPD. I had 7 managers lose their rank in the beginning of the month. 7 of them because they became inactive. They activated immediately once they found out, but 7 of them became inactive. I went from SPD to director. I've been SPD for 32 weeks. I got back to SPD the next day because I called him up. I said, hey, what's going on? And I only needed 1, but that's how it can happen. Even if you're SPD, you guys, you got to make sure you're stable and you got to make sure you have active managers. If you don't have active managers or active people to get to manager, you can lose a lot of your business. You're going to lose a lot of commissions, even if you're senior director, executive director, presidential director. So manager is the key. So make sure that you're having this conversation is the point. And it's just for your patches, you guys. It's just for your patches. There's no overhead except for that, but it's also just for your patches. And the most important thing you need to understand is you need to stay active, active, active to never lose volume in your organization. And active is 55 PV. Okay? 55 PV, just stay active. If you're going to get paid and you're going to rank up to manager, you have to have 110 PV. right? And you can see that when you look in your back office, you can see your PV. Right on your sign-in page. Okay, so you go to home. This is going to show you what your 31-day PV of 110 or more. I'm at 85.50. You're like, oh my God, are you buying that much? This is also customers, you guys. So if you have regular customers that are buying and they're on auto ship, all of that volume goes to your PV customers. But you can't count on customers because if they don't buy next month, that's why you need to have at least one auto ship so that you never have to lose. Okay, so I see that I have a little any important questions? I'm gonna go to Carolina. Go ahead, Carolina.
Sí, tengo una pregunta.
Yes, I have a question
Eso mismo que estaban hablando
about
ahora,
what
lo
you're
que dice que
talking
tú
about
eres
right
PV,
now. It
pero
says that I'm
dice, ya yo soy
active
manager, pero
and
dice
I'm
no rank.
manager, but it says no rank.
No entiendo si
I
estoy
don't
activa
understand if
porque
I'm
dice no rank
active
y ya
because
yo
it
soy
does no
manager.
rank, but I'm a
Quiere decir
manager.
que alguien
What
tuvo
does
su autoenvío.
does that mean
Yo
that
tengo un
somebody
autoenvío que lo
canceled their
tengo
auto shipment? In
pospuesto
mine, I'm an auto shipment, but I postponed the
para,
date
para mitad del mes.
for
Eso
the
eso me está
mid-month.
afectando.
Is that
Es lo que me
affecting
está
me?
afectando el que diga no rank.
Is
So
that why it
so
says no rank?
um so you're not on auto ship. Is that what you're saying, Carolina? You took your auto ship off you. So if you move your auto ship, it's going to make
Lo
you
cambié.
inactive. Sorry, what did you say?
Oh, que lo moví.
I
Moví
moved my
la fecha.
auto shipment. I moved the date
So why did you move the date?
Porque tenía otros gastos
because I
y
had other expenses.
Okay, so this is a good question, Carolina. If you move it in your 31-day PV, so when you log into your office, what does it say? Like, so log into your back office right now for me.
oh, ya voy a entrar, lo tengo abierto.
Okay, I'm accessing. I have it open.
Dice
It
pay as
says
rank,
paid as rank, no rank,
active with a check
active
mark.
with a check mark.
Tengo,
I have,
¿qué más quisiera? ¿Qué
what
más quiere
else
decir
do you
eso?
need to know? What
So
other
what's the
information?
rolling 31-day PV?
Oh, 386.
386.
386
Okay,
mil.
so let me look you up real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
What is it, Carolina? Is the same name you have on Zoom and your account?
No. Carolina,
No,
DE space LUQUE.
Sorry, say that again.
DELUQUE.
And I might need you to translate for, or not
okay.
translate, but because
Caroli
I can't hear her
Carolina,
with it.
Carolina de Luque.
D
Okay.
E
That's
L
it.
U Q
Okay.
U E.
Carolina
It's the
de
same
Luque.
as in her Zoom account.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not finding you. Are you in our organization, Carolina? Are you with Rochelle or
Con Rachel.
With Rochelle.
I'm
Con
not
Rachel.
finding you. Let's see,
Carolina
Carolina.
de Luque. You can add a hyphen. ULLOU. I'm sorry. ULLOQUE.
You can add a hyphen
Two last names.
ULLOQUE. So hyphen ULLOQUE.
So no day?
Sí, yeah.
Let me just see.
Yes, there is a
DE
DE space
LUQUE
LUQUE
Do me a
hyphen.
favor.
Yeah,
Okay,
on
I
the
think I found
on
it.
the chat. Oh, you
Is
found me?
your
I'm gonna write it on the chat.
I got it. I got it. I got it.
I know it's hard. It's weird.
Yeah, I know it's weird.
Okay. So do me a favor. Go into your back office, Carolina,
Mhm.
and go into commissions. And then you guys just do this with me, all right? So you guys are learning along the way. Go into commissions and then go into next rank. Sorry, rank advancement.
Okay.
So commissions, rank advancement. And it
Okay.
should show you in there. You're 94% to manager. So What happens is you have somebody inactive on your right leg. So when you look at your organization, and so how you can do that is you can go into your back office by going into organization, personally enrolled team,
Ujú.
and that's going to show you the people that are in your organization and what leg they are on and what their status is.
So alguien quitó el auto envío
Somebody went off auto shipment or what happened?
I have no idea. So you could just see like, so if you see where it says binary side, that's going to tell you what side they're on. And then what probably happened is they're not active. So you could look and see, and then you could call them up and see if they're not on auto ship, because it'll say they're on auto ship or not. And it could also mean, Carolina, that their auto ship is going to take this week. So we have to find out from them when their auto ship is. So like, let's just say their auto ship is going to be tomorrow. Then you'll go back to manager tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So just when you look in there, like, so I'm going to show you what this, I'm going to show you what this looks like. Just so you guys can see mine, okay?
Y si ellos deciden,
So,
okay,
so
And
this is what
if
when you
they
pull up your personally enrolled team, you're going to see right here the status of people. These are customers, but it's going to show you the binary side. When it says not applicable, that's customers. But if you see Gomez left here, and they're not on auto order. So I get credit for them on the left side, but if they're not on auto ship, then it could, if they're inactive, because is she inactive? Let's see. Yeah, status inactive. So if they're inactive, then you don't get credit for them.
so, y si yo llamo a la persona y le
so if
pregunto,
I call the person and I ask, why did you get off auto shipment? And that person says, I don't want to go on. Do I lose my manager rank?
You could, yes. So that means you have to get somebody that's on auto ship. Yeah. So you have, I mean, they just have to be active, right? They have to be at least 55 PV. So they don't have to have two auto ships. They can just have one auto ship of 55. It could be a glutathione. It could be any of those patches that's going to give you at least 55 PV so that they're active. You just have to be manager, you have to have 4 active people, 2 left, 2 right. So they have to be active in order for you to hit that rank and be able to hit the binary commissions.
¿y por cuánto tiempo puedo estar?
And for how long can I be without my rank, having lost it, until I get the next person in auto shipment?
Correct, until you have 4 active people. So you have to have 2 active people left and 2 active people right, and you'll be back at manager.
Ah, ok, pero no lo pierdo
Okay, but I
después.
don't lose it forever, right? It's
No, no, no,
just
no, no, no,
temporary.
no. It's, I mean, matter of fact, they could be doing the auto ship tomorrow. The company cannot say your manager if the auto ship hasn't taken place yet. So let's just say you have people in your organization and the auto ship's not going to go until Friday because they could cancel the auto ship before Friday. So if the company gives you your rank and pays you commission on something that you haven't earned yet because they haven't taken that auto ship, then the company is taking a risk. So that's the reason why. So the auto ship could happen Saturday, and all of a sudden you hit manager on Saturday. You just have to find out when her auto ship's going to hit. So you just want to make sure, like what happens is you want to make sure she doesn't lose her volume or her status. So that's what I would call up and say, let's just say it was, Floor. Hey, Floor, listen, I see that you're not active. I just want to check to make sure that because you can see if they're auto ship. If they're not on auto ship, then they must have canceled it, right? I just saw that you canceled your auto ship. Is there anything, that's happening that I need to know? And then, that's how you can handle that situation. But you just got it. That's why I was telling you guys it's important to have that conversation about auto ship with people so that they understand. All right, Lola, is there any questions or if anybody have any questions?
Había una por aquí que quería
There was
preguntar,
one
pero
question,
ya no la veo.
but I
Go
can't
ahead.
see it.
There's a lot in here.
Aquí hay una dice, un
Okay,
manager gana
one
solo
says
el
if a manager
25%
only
del
earns
nivel,
25% of the
tiene que
first
ser
level
director para
and
ganar
has
el
to be a
segundo nivel
director to earn
generacional,
from the
o gana las
second
3
generational
generaciones,
level, or do you
en el
get the 3
matching bonus.
generations in the matching bonus?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Un manager gana solo el
Does a manager earn
25%
only
del primer nivel
25%
y
of the
tiene que
first
ser
level and
director
has
para
to be a
ganar el
director
segundo
rank
nivel
to earn the
generacional
second
o
generational
gana las
level,
tres
or do you get
generaciones
the
en el
three
matching bonus?
generations in the matching bonus?
You can get the 3. Once you hit manager, you unlock the comp plan.
Ana Peraza
Ana
tiene una
Peraza
pregunta
has a
sobre los
question
bonos. No sé
about
si se puede
bonus.
quitar
I don't know
el micrófono.
if she wants to unmute.
Go ahead, Anna.
Ok, ya. Hola, ¿cómo
Okay, I
están?
got it. Hi, how are you?
So good.
Yo quería preguntar
I
sobre los
wanted to
bonos que están
ask
ahorita para
about the
hacer upgrade.
bonuses that are going to
Tengo
upgrade.
una persona que
I
estaba
have
con
a
el
person
paquete de
with
$1000
the
estaba hizo
$1,000
el upgrade
pack that
al
you had
básico de
before, and she
2700.
upgraded to the
Mi
one
pregunta es,
$400 one.
yo
So my
recibo el bono,
question is,
¿cómo
do
se
I
llama?
receive
Por
that
ella hacer el
bonus
cambio al de
because she
1700,
changed from
la
the
diferencia
1,000 to the
más
1,700? Do I receive the
el bono
difference
o
plus
cómo
the
es?
bonus, or how does that go?
So when someone upgrades, you do get paid the difference in commission. So not the bonus. The bonus is the PIB bonus, or when they get the product pack. So like let's just say if they upgrade to from the $75 commission to the 405 commission, then you get the commission in between that. So whatever the commission is between 405 and 75, then you get that commission, which would be $330, I think. So you're going to get that $330 in your commission if somebody upgrades to premium from advanced. So there's
Y
3
eso sal,
packs. There's the 295, 535, and 1750. But the commissions are 35, 75, and 405.
porque ella lo hizo el sábado,
Because she
entonces me
did the
tendría que
upgrade on
salir esta
Saturday,
semana,
so I should have had
bueno,
it
la
this
próxima
week
semana,
or next week, right?
porque
You should have
no
gotten
se
it
me hace
last week.
mucho.
And so in order to see that, okay, let me show you how you see that in your back office. Okay, so let me share this with you guys. In order to see where that commission is, you're going to go into your commissions, click commissions, and then you go into, it's going to come down here. And so this product introduction bonus right here, if you click on that, it's going to show up in here. So if they upgrade, you're going to see a $305 commission here, and it's just going to say upgrade. Okay. Same thing when you sign up customers. If all your customers are going to show up here, so you're going to know exactly where all of your customers are and how much you're making off of them real time. So when they sign up, give the system an hour, hour and a half to update, and then you're going to see all of that right in there. So all your commissions, you click on commissions, anything happening volume wise, commission wise, what you're getting paid on is all in that commissions tab. And you just scroll down and all the ways that you get paid, the 4 ways you get paid are down there. You're just going to click open that box and it'll show you to make sure that it upgraded. So you
Ok,
can also,
perfecto, voy a
guys,
checar.
when people are signing up, you can see if they signed up or not by going into this commissions, right? So this is how I see who signed up. Is I just go in here to the
Sí.
bonus product introduction and I can see who signed up this week so far, right? I can go into my customers and I can see who signed up so far. So it's very, very transparent. And
Ok,
I'm
gracias.
gonna
Thank
answer
you.
one more question and I have to let her go. And if you got to pop off at 7, I'll just have Lola translate for me. But I have one more question, you guys. Go ahead, Arcadius. And really, really quick before you go, I want to learn how I can start explaining how the product works. We have trainings all the time. There's so many trainings in the resource tab. There's so many trainings on YouTube on how the product works, you guys. I mean, there's tons and tons of trainings. You guys just have to sit down and take the time to watch the videos that we have. We have so many videos on how the product works. Even in our opportunity calls, we talk about how the product works. So just take the time to sit down and watch those videos, you guys, over and over and over and over again, and you're going to be able to talk about this product. The one thing that I will say is don't over explain it. Don't act like you're a doctor. Don't act like you're a scientist. Just explain the basics of the product. Go ahead, Arcadius.
Hey, the question that Anna was making was about the extra bonus that we were getting last week. And the thing is that bonus won't we show in our commission until the last day of April.
Oh, yes. Sorry. I
Yes, that
misunderstood. I
was
thought
the
you were talking about
question.
the upgrade. Okay, thank you, Arcadius. Yeah. That bonus is going to show up at the end of the month. Sorry, Anna. I misunderstood what you were saying. The translation sometimes doesn't translate perfectly. So sorry about that. All right, guys, I have to go. It's 7:01. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure that people you sign up, you invite them to these calls. Listen, let's change the world together and let's do some amazing things together. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I'll see you guys very, very soon.